better off. I'm gonna find my way tonight. Way tonight.
When he cuts the episode. So welcome back to Zoom. Bye. This is week 2, and we are battling for students team dominance. Last week we voted off Michelle, our central admin, even though we love Michelle.
Rest in peace.
Just in fairness, she voted for herself twice. Okay. All right, so we are going to have 2 elimination rounds today, which means 2 tribal councils as we whittle down our team. This next round is not a trivia game, so what I need you guys to do is prepare yourself to quick grab some items.
Oh, no! You
items.
did not prep us for that, and I am sitting in a location that is very difficult for a fat man to be agile in.
The first tribe to show me the item wins that item, gets a point for their team. All right, I need you to quick grab some headphones.
Headphones.
Man! Oh, Nick's got him. Nick's got him. Nick's got him. Point for the green team. Point for the green team.
We got that one.
Next item. I need you to quick grab a family photo.
Family photo.
My family.
Oh, it was Aaron. Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was
Good job,
Aaron.
Aaron.
I didn't say it had to be your family. I just said it had to be a family.
Oh.
And so that counts. This one's for double points. A Bible.
Yes.
A Bible.
Right here.
Lindsay, go!
Got it.
I think it was Bryant. I think it was Bryant that did it.
Okay, I really want to argue that so hard, except that I think it was Bryant too. But I was like,
It was Bryant.
shoot, Nick, you were
Pretty clear.
almost there.
So the green team, it is time for your tribal council. Time for your tribal council. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to have a double elimination for the green team. So here's what we're going to do is everybody's going to vote, and the top 2 vote getters are off the tribe. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. Let's read the votes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vote. Darren, Sam, Nick. Oh, so it's a tie. So Sam is off. So Sam, I gotta tell you, Zoom bye. Zoom bye.
We love you, Sam.
Hi.
Lizzie, you were safe that round.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Lizzie.
I hate that.
Shocker.
Lizzie, Zoom
Wow,
bye.
that's good television right there.
Bye.
So now we are all competing as one tribe, which means every tribal council, everybody votes. Okay? So this next one is called hard words to spell. Hard words to spell.
Oh,
All right. So hard words to spell. If you spell it right, you get a point. The person at the end with the most points wins. So you're competing for individual immunity. Bryant, sounds like you're not going to have much of a shot. That's okay. All right. All right, you ready? The first word is weird. 3, 2, 1, show me. Weird. All right, you guys got it. You all got it right. Everybody gets a point.
Hey, should we pick up-
Next word is handkerchief. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, it's HANDKERCHIEF.
Yes!
Oh, yes.
I spelled
That's
cheap
a point
wrong.
that's a point for Nick, Darren, and Haley. Third word, diarrhea. Show me words in 3, 2, 1. All right, diarrhea is spelled DIARRHEA.
Yes! Let's go, Haley!
Well, that's a point for Darren and Haley. Next one, it's a tie between Darren and Haley right now. Okay?
All right, Haley, let's go.
So Haley's got 3, Darren's got 3, Nick has 2, Brian and Aaron have 1. The next word is gobbledygook.
What?
Gobbledygook.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Gobbledygook. I can't use it in a sentence. I don't know what it means. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, you ready? Gobbledygook is Ledeggook.
Darren.
What is up?
Oh my goodness. So Darren is the only one that got a point on that round. All right. So Darren has won. Darren has won individual immunity for this tribal council. All right. So what we need to do now is go to tribal council, and I need you guys to vote out one person. One person.
Vote to you.
Darren votes, but you cannot. Darren cannot be voted for. Okay. All right. So everybody needs you to write down a name. 3, 2, 1, go. Haley with 2 votes. Nick with 3 votes. Nick.
Oh, Nick!
3 votes. We have to say
Hi, Nick!
goodbye.
Bye.
Next week is the finale. You guys make sure you tune in.
Yeah.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Unscripted. It's great to see you guys again on Wednesday night, and I love that we continue to make Wednesdays the greatest day of the week. I just love hanging out together. I love that you guys are here tonight. Hey, if this is your first time ever to a Parkview Students thing, make sure you text Unscripted to 555-888. Do it right now. Get your phone out. Text it. Let us know that you're here if this is your first time ever. Why? Because this is a great place for you to build community, and we want to get to know you, okay? So make sure that you do that. Hey guys, tonight we are continuing our series called The You Effect. And you know what? The reality is we all have influence on somebody or some group of people in our life. For some of us, it might be the soccer team we play on or the band we're in. For some of us, it might be our family or our friends. But you know what? We all have influence over somebody or some group of people. And the reality is that Instagram is a place and a platform where we have more influence than maybe anywhere else. And you don't believe me? Well, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to pick your favorite flavor of LaCroix or AHA, and I want you to post a picture of it to your story on Instagram and tag us at Parkview StuMin. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm feeling really special tonight. I'm feeling like I wanna do something nice for you guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. If you do that, I'm gonna pick 2 people, and I'm going to bring a case of your favorite flavor of LaCroix or AHA to your house. From myself to you. I will wear a mask, I will wear gloves, I will sanitize the LaCroix or the AHA, but I want you to do that for me on Instagram, on your story. So please do that. And then maybe we'll see each other. Hey, you know what? I've also been thinking this in the queue. You're like, what's the queue? The queue is called quarantine at my house. We call the queue quarantine the queue. Okay, cool. All right, anyway, what I've been thinking in the queue is my beard is getting a little bit long, and I've been thinking to myself, is it time to bring the stash back? So let me know in the comments, stash or no stash? Stash or no stash? Maybe you remember when I did the Tiger King look? Well, I'm thinking that it's time for the stash. You let me know. And also, guys, tonight, Lizzie is hanging out with a friend, and I'm so excited to see what they have in store for us. So, Lizzie, what is going on?
What is up, everyone? It is your favorite sister duo, Lizzie and
your favorite sister, Georgie.
yes. So we thought it would be fun because we were talking about influence in the You Effect series. We talked about some of our random opinions. So we're going to be playing a game called Random Opinions. So here's what is going to happen. So I came up with a list of 3 things that I know Georgie has very strong opinions about. And then she came up with a list of 3 things that she thinks I have strong opinions about. And these could be strong opinions positively or negatively. And then we're just gonna talk about our opinions on these very random topics. I have no idea what she wrote. She has no idea what I wrote. We're just gonna bring it up. We're just gonna talk about how we feel about those things. And then we're gonna call it a day. Are you ready, Georgie?
Boom, let's go. I am the most opinionated person that the Lord has created, so here we go.
Wow, okay, awesome, that's great. So, Georgie, please tell me your opinions on chicken nuggets.
Oh man, what a good start. Chicken nuggets. I could eat chicken nuggets for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, repeat. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all day, every day, chicken nuggets. Personally, I don't care what kind of chicken nugget it is. It can be any type. I'm talking Tyson chicken nuggets, eat it. I'm talking McDonald's chicken nuggets, eat them. The best chicken nuggets, hands down, are
Wendy's.
Your first topic that I'd like you to share your opinion on is morning.
Morning people. I've turned into one,
So strange.
which is so weird because when I was a younger person, I was not a morning person. But now, like, I'm up and at 'em. Georgie, topic that you have strong opinions on is the musical Annie.
All right, everybody. When I was in middle school, I was in musicals, and I tried out for Annie, and I had my eyes set on being Annie. And not only being Annie, but being the best redheaded Annie this world has ever seen.
Yeah.
I tried out, and I did not get Annie. And
You didn't get it, folks.
to this day, I will hear the song "Your Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow," and it is true PTSD. I will never get over it. I know that I need to repent of my bitterness, and I'm still holding on to it about 15 years later. And I'm hoping one day I'll get over it, but for now, I'm still looking to be capitalist for me. Okay, so Lizzie, your last topic I'd like you to give us an opinion on is Nick and Dad watching Impractical Jokers.
Great, cool. Okay, so the TV show Impractical Jokers makes me full of rage. I can't stand that show. I do not think it's funny. And every Thursday night, my dad and my brother sit in front of that TV and giggle and laugh and giggle at that show. So the show Impractical Jokers, if you don't know it, it's these 4 guys that just like play practical jokes on each other and on like random people. So they'll like set someone loose in the middle of the mall food court, and like a guy has to try to steal as much food off of people's plates as possible. It's dumb and it's gross, and I don't think it's funny. And they always like to watch it like right when I go to bed. So sometimes,
And God forbid somebody's watching TV while Liz is sleeping, because you know she's a morning person now. You can't disturb her early 7 p.m. bed.
right, so you know, it's 9 o'clock at night and they're sitting down there giggling. So what do I have to do? I'll just be over here talking about our strong opinions about super random things. So thank you guys for joining us. Georgie, do you have any last words you want to share?
Peace be with you all.
Peace be with you all, and also with you. And yeah, Sam, we're just throwing it back to you. Peace out, people.
Man, Lizzie and Georgie, it's so good to see you guys. I love what you guys are doing. Hey, let's drop some comments, some love for Lizzie in the chat for the amazing youth pastor that she is for us. Hey guys, tonight we're going to sing a song called King of Glory. It's one that you probably know. In the first verse, it says this: "Don't lose heart, oh my soul." And you know what? In the midst of what's going on right now, it can sometimes feel like we have lost heart. It can sometimes feel like, man, God, what is going on? But God promises that he's working for the good of those who love him. So tonight we sing to a God who has already defeated the battle we're facing. We sing to a God who wants to take us from the valley we're in to the mountaintop. We sing to a God who has amazing things in store for us. So tonight, let's sing this song together wherever we're at, whether you're with friends, whether you're by yourself, whether you're with your parents. Let's sing this song together. Come on. Oh, don't lose heart, oh my soul, oh my soul. No, don't give up. There is hope. There is always hope. Oh, there is peace in the storm, in the storm. No, don't forget. Jesus reigns. He reigns. There is a King of glory. There is a God who saves. One who is strong and mighty. Freedom is in his name. Open the gates of heaven. Lift up a shout of praise. There is a lion roaring. Jesus, the King of glory. Woo! Man, it's so good to worship together. Connor, thanks for being here tonight, man. Hey, guys, here is tonight's message.
So I have to admit something. I like watching videos of people failing. And I don't mean like failing at life, failing in a proposal, or finding out that they failed an exam. I'm talking about the guy who tries a skateboard trick and fails. The girl who tries a front handspring and fails. Like the duo who tries a dance routine and they hit heads. The cat who jumps at a bird outside and smacks into the window. I'm talking about those kind of fails. Like, do you love, like me, do you love watching these epic fails? Now, listen, I don't want to see anyone get seriously injured, but I'll admit, seeing other people fail, that's like super entertaining. It seems to me that so many of these fail videos happen because someone with a phone in their hand influences someone else to try something out of their skill set or something just downright foolish. And listen, not all of these things are caught on video for the world to see. Like, this stuff happens in just real life too. Maybe your friends talk you into asking a girl who is way out of your league for her number. Or your teammates are trying to pull off a prank and they talk you into joining them. It's just crazy how powerful of an effect we can have on each other. But this is also true in other areas of life, all right? Not just when we're doing something silly. We affect each other in all kinds of ways. See, sometimes the effect is negative. Like most of you have heard since you were young to be careful not to give in to peer pressure, right? You heard that all growing up probably. In other words, don't let other people influence you towards bad behavior like drinking or partying, lying, or being disrespectful to authority figures. Sometimes we hear about the effect being positive. Most of us can identify a positive trait or characteristic in our own lives and connect it directly to someone else, maybe a parent or a small group leader, a coach, or a teammate, and say, man, their influence on my life produced this character trait in me. Sometimes the effect that people can have on other people, sometimes it's just huge. Like maybe you've seen or heard stories of social media influencers who gain popularity by doing crazy stunts or starting a movement or showing off their talent. And all of a sudden, they have thousands upon thousands of followers. And whether their effect on all of those thousands of followers is positive or negative, one thing is certain, it is far reaching. They are influencing a lot of people. What's interesting is that so many famous quotes can make you and I feel like our impact on the world, like it has to be humongous. And if it's not, it doesn't really make a difference at all. Quotes like this, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. That's a quote by Steve Jobs. Or this quote, somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. Or this quote, we can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. Nelson Mandela. Nothing wrong with these quotes. They're super inspirational. But sometimes we feel like if we're going to have an effect on others, it has to be big and it has to be world changing. And this has the potential to leave us overwhelmed and sometimes just discouraged because we think, like, who am I to change the world? Or we think that We have to change the world in order for our lives to matter. Like anything less than a massive movement of change would be a total disappointment. In other words, you start thinking the U effect has to be big in order to be legitimate. Which brings us to the passage we're going to look at today. This account is about people who had an effect that was so big that it did in fact change the world. But what you and I can learn from what happened can be a game changer when it comes to the way we view our effect on others. Because these were a group of people everyone else had counted out. They banded together, and little by little, their commitment to do small things led to a big movement. And that is the start of the early church. And there's a book in the New Testament of the Bible called Acts. And believe it or not, each of us have been affected by the events that were recorded in that book. Acts recorded the actions, get it, Acts for actions, that the first followers of Jesus took. It's an account of the early church. It described the impact of the few early followers of Jesus as they traveled and talked about and lived for Jesus throughout the Roman Empire. And there's a powerful moment that happened when these early followers of Jesus were gathered together. It's called Pentecost. The Spirit of God showed up in what was described as a violent wind. And the people began worshiping God in a big way. And the people who witnessed this were confused. They were like, okay, like what in the world is going on here? In fact, some of them thought that the followers of Jesus were actually drunk. And Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, stood up and explained, hey y'all, we're not drunk at all. And he took the opportunity to talk about Jesus in that moment. And after Peter preached a powerful message about who Jesus was and what Jesus was about, look at what happened next. When the people heard this, they were cut to the heart and said to Peter and the other apostles, brothers, what shall we do? Peter replied, repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Jesus Christ for the forgiveness of your sins. And you will receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. The promise is for you and your children and for all who are far off, for all whom the Lord our God will call. With many other words, he warned them and he pleaded with them, save yourselves from this corrupt generation. Those who accepted his message were baptized, and about 3,000 were added to their number that day. So this sermon from Peter, the same Peter who had started out as a fisherman, who had denied that he knew Jesus in Jesus' time of need, that same Peter preached, and it was a massive effect on the people around him. A lot of people were impacted and in a great direction. And this is the kind of influence we all love to have on the world, right? This is what we think about when we talk about influence, something that will change the masses, will change thousands of people. But what's interesting is what happens next. These new followers of Jesus didn't walk away, tell Peter, hey man, great sermon, then go back to minding their own business. Listen to this. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. And these were the people that made up the early church. In fact, they didn't even use the word church back then. They were known instead as a gathering of people with a shared cause. They didn't know that a couple thousand years later, we'd be sitting here reading about them, talking about them, learning from them. They weren't seeking to start a big movement, get a bunch of Instagram followers, and become known as influencers. They were simply people whose lives had been transformed by the life-changing truth of Jesus. See, something big happened in their lives that changed them and influenced them and caused them to live their lives differently than they had before. So, what did they do that was so different? What was so big that it led them to change the world and lead them to become credited as the people who started the church as we know it today? Well, it was actually quite simple. They focused on doing the next right thing and loving one another. The things they did were behaviors, but they were based in their character and the shared mission that they believed in. They were changed people who had been transformed by the big love of Jesus. And because of that, something big happened in their lives that influenced each of them. But it was the small steps they took that gave them influence. These people started a movement that has influenced millions for over 2,000 years. But it started simply by them caring about the people around them. They devoted themselves to helping each other. They gave to people in need. They worshiped God together and prayed for each other. They were focused on the people, not the movement they were building, not the organization they were growing, not the followers they were hoping to impress. They simply loved, served, and cared about the community they were in. That was their character. They had no idea the big effect their lives would have in the long run. And see, in the moment, we rarely see the effect that our lives can have on the people around us. See, the early church was built on love, and their first step was to care about people nearest to them, doing what they could where they were. And the impact of that love is still having an effect on us today. Think of it this way. Having a big effect starts with a small step. Having a big effect starts with just a small step. Now, sure, the violent wind and the sermon from Peter kickstarted the whole thing, right? But the reason why the Lord added to their number daily was because of small sacrificial acts of love, kindness, and compassion. This is what the early church was built on, and this is why it grew and sustained despite a lot of opposition. Like, just think about, can you imagine some of the fears these people may have dealt with? Like, if I sell my stuff to help others, what if I don't have enough for myself? What if people don't notice, appreciate, or care about my sacrifice? What if I do all these little steps and it doesn't seem to make a difference in anybody else's life? But they didn't think that way. Or if they did, they didn't let it stop them from doing what they knew they needed to do. It's astonishing how selfless this group of people were. Despite the fear they may have had, the natural fear that we would all have, how did they do it? Well, they were motivated by the love of Jesus. As they realized just how big the love of Jesus was for each of them personally, they were content to take the next small step of extending that love towards each other. In other words, as they understood the heart of Jesus towards the people around them, they developed a bigger heart for the people around them. See, having a big effect starts with a small step. It starts with love. But how do we get started? Well, I think that we ought to just start the same place the early church did, with what's around us. Like, start by looking around. See the people, see the relationships, see the community God has placed in your life. Like, what are the needs that you see? Recognize that having an effect starts here. You and I cannot affect other people if we don't see them. So we need to think small. Does your little brother need someone to teach him how to play baseball or basketball or whatever sport you may know how to play? Do you have a friend that struggles in a particular class that you could help him or her in? Could you offer to babysit your siblings and maybe even do the laundry for your mom? Is there a local Little League or Boys and Girls Club or after school program where you could volunteer? Just, hey, start small. The second is be honest with yourself. Like, what is holding you back from taking a step and meeting needs around you? Is it fear? Are you disinterested? Is it feeling like you want to do something so much bigger than that, something that matters more than the world right in front of you? See if you can put words around what's holding you back. And then third is take a step. Just take a step, a small step to meet a need that you see. Don't let the idea of, oh, this step is too small or too insignificant. Don't let that keep you from doing what only you can do. The U effect is about caring for others, whoever they are, wherever they are. So start where you are. Don't make it complicated. Just get moving, a small step. Whether we feel like it or not, we all affect the people in the world around us. We have the potential to affect outcomes and situations around us every day. So when you wake up in the morning and you see your mom or brother for the first time, you have the ability to impact the way their day will start, which in turn could affect their entire day. You have the ability to encourage your best friend when he or she is having a bad day. You affect people on a daily basis, and your effect is more significant than you think. So do not count yourself out. It all starts with love. All of it starts with love, which is both the biggest and the smallest step of them all.
What's up, guys? Nick here. Man, as I'm thinking through the U effect, it reminds me of a statistic that I heard not too long ago, and here's what it is. 86% of teenagers today say that they want to be an influencer of some sort. I don't know, is that you? Like, do you want to be an influencer? If you're dead dog honest with yourself, do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to have an impact? Do you want to have a platform? Do you want to have a place where you can affect change? And I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with that. You know what we really need to do in the light of some of those decisions is think through what is our true motivation. Why do we really want to be impactful? Do we want to be impactful and do we want to be influential just because we want to be famous, or do we want to be impactful and we want to be influential because we want to serve and love people? And so here's what I want to challenge you guys with this week just a little bit. I thought one of his takeaways was extraordinarily helpful, and it is basically like, what is one thing small that you can do today? Right? Like, if we're honest, we're not allowed to go to school, we're not allowed to gather in small groups. Like, maybe gatherings of 10 are allowed, but only if you have a mask on. But think about this, in your house, that is your mission field. Right now, for this season, God has placed you inside your house or inside the people that you're sheltering in place with. How can you serve and how can you do something small for those right around you? Odds are, if you wanted to be an influencer, yeah, you may want to have this massive platform and thousands of people following you, but are you going to forsake the few in your house, in your family, those right around you, in an effort to try and gain a platform for the multitudes? So how can you serve those that God has placed right around you today? Look for small opportunities, even tonight, even tomorrow morning when you wake up, even this week, how you can be impactful and how you can make a difference. Well, you know, they always say that the best moments in life are the unscripted ones. So I think I'm gonna go jump in that little kiddie pool over there because why not? It's summer. All right, see you guys.
Hey, thanks for that, Nick. And hey guys, welcome back to the studio, and what a night it has been together. You know, last week during worship, I talked about how summer can be a time where our faith goes to the wayside and we start to have all these different things come into view because it's summer. And you know what? We have a Bible reading plan set up that maybe it would help us keep our foundation on Jesus at the center of who we are. And you guys can get that by texting the U effect, all one word, to 555-888. And I really believe that this is going to help us keep our foundation in Jesus. It's going to help us have more trust in him, and it's going to help our lives be centered on Jesus Christ. And you know what, guys? Once again, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight at Unscripted. I'm so pumped that we continue to make Wednesdays the greatest day of the week. And you know what, guys? Next week, invite a friend, and we'll see you guys back here at Unscripted. You know what I just realized?
What?
I forgot to tell them about the stash.
A few moments later.
The stash is back. Stash is back! Stash is back!
3 hours later.
Stash is back! The stash is back. The stash is back. Cut. Good?